Hey, Craig Dostie here, Dostie's View. Wanted to talk about quivers today. Now, if you're new to the ski world, you're going, quiver? I mean, I just spent a whole bunch of money on just one ski and boots and bindings and all that other. It's true, but over time, eventually, you're going to get a second pair of skis. Either because you're going to outgrow the ones you're on, or you're going to realize that they're only good for a certain range of conditions. And there's other conditions that while you can make them work, another ski with different dimensions would be better, okay? So quiver then is a minimum of 2 skis. Generally, one that's narrower, for harder, firmer conditions, and then one that's wider for softer conditions, powder, mush, crud, okay? And generally, the wider ski can be lighter per unit volume, and the narrower ski is heavier per unit volume. Because weight is great when the snow is hard, and light is right when you're earning your turns, right? Anyway, so just to illustrate, this is kind of my quiver, and my 2 main squeezes. These are kind of like my quiver of 1. So if I'm not sure what ski I'm going to need, I always bring one of these. And the only difference between these two is the binding links or Meijo. But what the ski is a Volkl BMT, okay? It's 96 at the waist and something like, I don't know, 128 or so at the tip. But there's very little camber to these things. They're actually kind of a little bit, they're flat. All right, or slightly reversed. But they have a slow rise tip. They have a really smooth flex. They're lightweight carbon, which I like for backcountry. But they're damp. That's uncommon for a lightweight carbon-based ski. Carbon-based skis tend to be a little bit brittle. Anyway, this is kind of like, this is for sure my go-to ski for backcountry, and I'm earning turns. But when I'm inbounds, my go-to is this Blizzard Kabuki. It's a few years old, but I mean, it's a stout ski. This thing is not going to die anytime soon, right? What it is a Blizzard Bonafide without the top sheet making it lighter weight, which is lighter, yes, but this is by no means a lightweight ski. This is a heavy ski for heavy snow conditions. And it has been my, quote, fatter powder ski, but it's only 3 millimeters wider, 99 at the waist, okay? But good, and in crud, the thing is awesome, and it's got 22 designs, Outlaw, the easiest freaking binding to get into, real solid. If you got TX comps, that's the binding you want. So a new addition is this Belay Supercharger, which is like 106 at the waist, which for me, this is a fat ski. And this may become my new powder ski, at least for this season, while I'm giving this binding a little bit more of a serious test. I kind of said I wasn't sure I would trust it on the steeps, but maybe after using it, I will. Anyway, this is 106. For me, that's plenty fat enough. You know, and all these widths, they're relative to your weight. So, you got to figure out what's good for you. There's a new addition to the family here, Salomon Czar, which I haven't skied it yet. It's got a nice flex. It's a powder ski. It's 111 at the waist, which for me is gigantic. Not very much camber here. Definitely a nice slow rise tip. I like that, okay? And it's got twin tip. I don't like that, but in powder conditions, I can live with it. I wouldn't want that on hardpack. And no bindings. It's already got some holes for alpine skis. I think I'm going to put the 22 designs pattern on it because that way I can switch between Outlaw and links. Links for going backcountry, just try and minimize my weight with a heavy pair of tanks. These are not lightweight skis. Or Outlaw if I'm going to be inbounds. And then there's one more ski that actually has been kind of retired for a while. This is an Atomic RT86 with Belay switchbacks on. And if you're going lightweight with 75 millimeter, this is the binding to have. Or the Switchback X2. But really immune to icing up, lightweight, powerful enough, okay? If you don't know how to telly and you can't make a telly with, well, if you can't make a telly with these, then you gotta get better, okay? But it's not to say you might not want a more powerful binding. You might, but you should be able to make it work. I use these on a Trans Sierra. Awesome. But they've been retired because I've switched to NTN and I don't use my duckbill boots much anymore, like not at all. So because I have the 4-hole pattern here, I think I'm going to put the Valet TTS on it and do some spring touring with something that's a little bit narrower, lighter weight, and at that point it'll be 2-pin compatible. So quick look at my quiver. You know, you got to get what's right for you, but you at least need 2 skis, and you're eventually going to get 3. So figure out what you need. Hopefully that helps you make some decisions on what you're looking for. When you free your heel, you get a free mind. You don't have to follow the herd. You can do the turn that's hard. And while you're at it, do it with style. And spread Telemark. See you later.